What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another amazing Spider-Man video. So today we're going to be talking about the biggest question and answer we all want for this game, and that is, when is it going to be released? And the second question to that is more or less, what are we going to receive next? So these are the two biggest questions so far, but if you guys are genuinely getting more excited for this game, then drop a like on this video, and if you're simply not feeling the game at all, or you still kind of have doubts in it, then drop a dislike on the video and get in the comment section below as a whole, and let me know what your overall thoughts are on the game and what we have seen so far. You guys know I'm super hyped up for this game, and I don't really get hyped up for a lot of games, but the games I get hyped up for are always the ones that I simply feel have so much potential genuinely to be a great game of the year, or just to give the player, as you know, a fan of the series, so much fun within one game basically. Now, up to date, from what we know, the creative director said plenty of times that they are aiming to make this, you know, one of the biggest games in the series, one of the most unique games in the series, and something to overall, you know, make us all shocked. I mean, literally, he was talking about Miles Morales and Peter Parker's relationship, and basically how, you know, in the game there is certain features and storylines that's more or less gonna shock us all. So when we hear things like that, you can only not help but to get more excited as to what this could possibly mean, right? Now, we go back to 6 months ago, right? That was when E3 2017 was, and it was when we got the official, I guess you could say, Spider-Man PS4 gameplay, which obviously, as you can imagine, just got so many people excited because visuals-wise, from what the game looks like, it just looks absolutely insane, out of this world. Now, the question we still don't know is, when is the game going to be released? All we know so far is that 2018 is a release date, and the most recent, I guess you could say, teaser we had was back at Paris Games Week of 2017, where we got another trailer, and that trailer again just looks absolutely insane, right? One of the best trailers we've got, and it just got me super hyped up even more for the game. But going off the bat on a release date, when is it possibly gonna be? Now, sometimes I say to myself, right, that it's simply the next thing, you know, I would like to hear from the developers, right? Because we know they're gonna drop teasers here and there, but considering we've had kind of like, well, we've had 2 pieces of gameplay, a trailer, and so forth, we've kind of got like the most essential things to kind of like build up hype for a video game, right, in general. But the thing is, I don't want that again next time round, if you get what I mean. Like, don't get me wrong, I personally would love to see some more free roam gameplay for Spider-Man, right? But I want there to be some sort of teaser that doesn't necessarily have any of this stuff, but just kicks up so much questions as to when it's gonna come out. So what I would like to see is either like a teaser of the map, for example, and we know that it's gonna be something like 4 times the size of Sunset Overdrive's map, and if you don't know how big that is, I will show it to you on screen. So I would love to see a teaser for this, because sometimes I say to myself that constantly getting gameplay, you know, for a game is sometimes a good thing, right? I definitely would choose gameplay over a trailer any day. Like, I would much rather 3 minutes of gameplay, or essentially like a montage, rather than a trailer that obviously is all cinematic and stuff like that. Personally, is what I do like the most. But I feel personally the next thing we are going to get, and I'm going to predict it now, around February time, late February, it's going to be a release date. It just has to be the next thing to come from the developers themselves, because you can only wait so much, right, more or less, and I think that's how it's going to roll. So my predictions and my thoughts are that it's going to be a teaser of the release date. Like, we might get, like, I guess you could say, like a time period, like, I don't know, autumn 2017, or 2017, freaking hell man, we're in 2018, or summer 2018, you know, something kind of like to just scrape it down a little bit, because if we know that, for example, then we know you can kind of break it down by months, and then you're kind of like, you know, a lot more narrow than you are as of now, for example, because it could be any time. It could be like freaking in 2 months time, it could be mid 2018 or right at the freaking end around like, you know, December time, Christmas time. So I don't really want to like look at the previous release dates for games and all that in the series, because sometimes it's not necessarily the case how it works. But something that's also been on my mind and something I've been thinking about is, you know, possibly if there would be a delay for the game, and not in a bad way, but maybe like a month's delay. That's something I am going to be talking about in another video separately as to why I feel like, because it's such a common thing now with open world games, but it's not necessarily for the worse. Sometimes it's just genuinely to do something a whole lot more better and benefit the game. But also everything we have seen, like I said, everyone has their own thoughts on it, but it looks absolutely flawless, you know, nonetheless. But get in the comment section below and let me know what you think we are going to receive next from the developers. Is it going to be another teaser trailer, a gameplay trailer, some gameplay in general, or just flat out a trailer with a release date? Because we know you can't just drop a release date for like 3 months time, right? You got to kind of like give a bit more margin than that to build up hype, go commercial with all your advertisements and so forth. So realistically, when you think of it like that, it kind of makes sense. Now, I'm just randomly going to pick a month, and I am genuinely going to predict sort of late July, or if not late July, then late September, early October. I don't know what makes me say that, I just got a feeling about that, but definitely February time towards the end, I feel, is when we are going to get something refreshing, if we don't get any teasers in between that, bear in mind. But like I said, get in the comment section below, let me know what you think. That's going to wrap up the video here. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for more awesome content. Like I said, leave your thoughts down below, and also if you missed a previous video, we were talking about some awesome gameplay features suggested by you guys that could genuinely impact the game. So if you're into that stuff, I will link that in the description below, or you can now see a little tab on your screen that you can click and take you straight to that video. But I will see you in the next video, but until then,